make it hard for Salmon. Here we go.
Game about to commence here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. I have a feeling it will be a magnificent game of football. Ground in excellent condition. You couldn't ask for better conditions to play football. Thripp couldn't quite get clear of the pack. Well, pushing the back has been paid. It'll go the way of Essendon, and out of it comes Roger Merritt with the kick. Merritt, 70 metres from goal. Goes for the short pass, in the way of the Swans, and it's an excellent mark taken down there by David Murphy. One of the most improved players in league football, David Murphy. An excellent player for the Swans. It's tackled over the back by Bayes. He got an awkward bounce. Bad luck for Bayes. The hand pass comes out. Essendon get it across to Hurd. Hurd thought about giving the hand pass, ignored it. And so the long kick from Hurd towards half forward. Tordy up, the ball down. No one can quite gain possession, and the umpire decides that a bounce will take place. Very close to the behind post. Drives it out towards the half-back flank. Essendon mark at the back. Could have been a free kick to Cordy on that occasion. But we find Trevor Spencer to put the ball forward. Goes for the short pass, looking for Salmon. It's offline, and Michael Byrne takes the mark. Now, right now, the Swans hierarchy might be quite happy that they've got Michael Byrne, losing Coleman, and then losing Ironmonger.
Huge job for him, Bob.
Well, let's see if the man is big enough for the job. Punched away. Kicked off the ground by Healy. The loose ball to HAWKE. HAWKE gets the hand pass across. Terry Danaher comes across the ground, and it's GAVIN KEANE who takes it. Goes on down towards Salmon. Carter in the front position. Got the free kick, and Rod Carter wins out.
Fantastic play that by Carter. He could see the lead on, and he just put himself between Paul Salmon and the ball and forced Paul Salmon into giving away that free kick for in the back. A torpedo punt. Centre wing pushing the back to Essendon, but the umpire let that one go. I thought it was into the back of Merritt, but Tony Morwood has taken a good mark. Long way out from the half-forward line, though. He actually kicks to centre wing. Walsh was there doing some hard work, and Salmon. Good gutsy play by Brett Scott. Also good play as it comes wide to Stephen Wright. That was from Bayes. Kappa at the back. Can't take it. Taken away by David Johnston as he sprints away onto the left foot out wide. There's only one man there as Bernard Toohey, but it beats him.
Tackles average again in favour of Essendon. Byrne got the tap down. The loose ball comes out with Keane. Throw according to the umpire. Now he was right on the scene. And umpire Ian Robinson, is it?
Best Robinson, yes.
And the best umpire in the game.
So he was right on the scene. It was very close to it. So we see Tony Morwood go short.
You've got something to prove, Pete, and Nail's had a great year to date. Had a good couple of quarters in the state game on the midweek.
The shot offline, just hitting the post. 1 point the result.
A real goer, Merv Neagle. Excellent play with the Essendon club. Now he's kicking wide. The lead has been made by Kappa. Well, he's kicked 249 goals in his career, Warwick Kappa, and a very underrated player. A lot of people don't think he's as good as, you know, his performances have shown. I personally think he's a greatly improved player. Not a bad-looking kick, but offline. I really don't think, Barry, that was kicked to the team's advantage, that pass.
Warwick Kappa is always a bit dicey when he leads to those pockets, Pete, and I think he's much better off if he leads straight up the ground. Kick
coming straight up the ground now. And it's almost a mark to two. He couldn't quite take it. Free kick could go the way of Essendon, as we find Glenn HAWKE coming out. He was tackled too high. HAWKE thought about going wide. Now elects to go straight down the ground with a long kick. Carter out in front, almost a one-hander. Salmon swoops on it, taps the ball out. It's taken down there by Keane. Keane hooks the ball over the shoulder, down towards the forward area. No mark taken, almost a good one, but it didn't come off, and the free kick comes out of it to the Swans, and it'll be taken by Barry Mitchell.
He made sure he got that one. Good play by Barry Mitchell. Off he goes to Craig Holden, who runs across the face of goal. He's looking for Merv Neagle against Paul Hamilton, who Essendon think very much of. Beautiful hand pass to Francis under pressure. He's caught. That'll be holding the ball. No, said the umpire. Play on. It's on half-forward flank. The Bombers. This is a real tough, tight contest. Good umpiring by umpire Shane McDonald to let it go there. The up-and-comer in Shane McDonald, so you'll certainly see a good display there. There's the Bombers, bring it towards centre of the ground. Toohey can't take it, or was it Thripp? I think it was Terry Thripp, in fact, it was. Byrne, beautiful hand pass to Scott. Scott the capper. Oh, great use of the body. Well, here's Warwick from right in front. 250th goal for his career. And yes.
I wish they always played them that easy.
I agree with Bobby. There's a doubt about that one. I was anticipating the umpire paying it. As we see over the back of the pack, Daryl Cunningham. He's got it onto the right foot. He'll probably look for 7. He goes for the hand pass to Spencer. Spencer's got no one to give it to, but he elects to hook it back at the goals, and it sneaks through for 1 point.
Carter prepares to bring the ball back into play. Looks for Neil Cordy at the back. David Murphy puts it long, looking for Morwood. Morwood up there, lovely. They're looking good, Bob. And so far they are. Tony Morwood goes across the ground, and a lovely mark again to Brett Scott now. 25 years of age. Brett Scott goes towards goal. What? Through the centre.
14 plays 1, so a great start. Madden, Byrne doing well early. Oh, hand pass to Henwood. That was beautiful play by Mitchell towards half forward. Oh, what a mark! What a very good mark by Gerard Healy. Fixed start. There's the kick. It's close. It's a goal, and the Swans are on fire.
I don't think the Bombers have really got their game into flow yet, but only because the Swans are doing well. Byrne got the tap down. It's tapped back by Hamilton, kicked over the shoulder by HAWKE. Cordy punches the ball away, follows on, takes it again. Henwood got the hand pass in. It's taken away by Merritt. The hand pass towards Ezard. He's tackled, loses it. Oh, that is... Played with Coburg and via Broadford. Ezard puts it forward. Essendon's first goal on the board. It's 1-1-7 to 3-2-20.
Francis sets himself, can't take the mark, but he's got Glenn Hawker to back up. He'll look for Salmon. Salmon leads. Oh, good play, Henwood. Geez, playing on a lot of confidence. Over to Thripp. Thripp wide to Holden. He's got, oh, good play, Holden. He had no one to give it to on the left. That was terrific play, that by Craig Holden. The sign of an intelligent footballer. To Bolton, to half forward. Stephen Wright, cop one across the head. Over it goes to Gerard Healy. Capper and Winton. Capper in front. Bad play. Winton took his eye.
So Capper.
It's rotten luck.
Capper hooks it, but he's put it through anyway. And through it.
Is that the new rule?
The new rule has to give the player a chance, and there was no chance. It comes over the back. Hamilton puts the ball wide. Stevie Wright will be underneath it, and you needn't worry about him standing his ground. He plays on immediately. Onto the left foot he goes. Puts the ball up towards the square. Tony Morwood.
No worries.
Tony Morwood puts the ball forward. Across the face of goal. 1 point only the result.
Barry, I really believe when you're on an angle like that, you're much better off running out and snapping him in on the left. Murphy, a hand pass. Oh, taken away. Good play by Mark Thompson to Shane Hurd. The lead is by Savin, a beautiful lead. Carter had no hope on that occasion. Has gone back into the square. Oh, gee, there's no doubt about the distance, but it's well off the side of the boot and out of bounds on the fall because he's strained for...
I think the biggest problem with umpires is that they're frightened of physical contact.
Petrified.
Walsh takes it, gives a hand pass out. Clark coming right down the ground. Clark puts it forward. Over the back.
Well, there he is, Alan Ezard from right in front. Stabs and put it through, and the Bombers are... Simon Madden has been in great form in recent weeks. State Ruckman brings it to half-back to Mark Thompson. Well, now, was he off? I thought he went past the mark. I reckon that's unlucky. That he definitely ran over his mark then, Mark Thompson. The umpire let him get away with that. He kicks it wide. Oh, the big fly was from behind. Hand pass from Healy to Mitchell. To Henwood. Knocked out of his hands. That's a hip and shoulder bump. Good umpiring to let it go. It's on half-back. Bomber Thompson again is caught. Gets it wide. Peter Francis. Clever hand pass to Gavin KEANE. KEANE will run to the half-forward line. He'll look for Salmon. Ezard again. Oh, gee, who's on Ezard? Is it Craig Holden, Bob?
I do believe so, mate.
Well, they're letting him run loose as he gives a short pass across to Daryl Cunningham.
7 points to 14. As Ezard kicks with the left foot. It's right through the...
Doing a fantastic job down there on Salmon, but unfortunately he's not getting the support there. The little bloke, Ezard down there, Craig Holden's got to play shoulder to shoulder. There's HAWKE, they're coming back into this. Now, Salmon. Gee, that was a good pass. From right in front, no doubt about that one.
Maybe the mouth as well. He might have copped a good one. There's the former Essendon boy, Merv Neagle, gets it across to Mark Browning. Browning has the chance of putting a goal on the board. That's just what he does.
Touch in the back there. Had it been down in the back line, it might have been paid. I think it was very close to being a free kick.
Well, to full back, the scores are 5-3 to 4-2. Nothing in this game at the moment. And that's a 15-metre penalty. Terry Danaher will take this against Tony Maud. The Paul Hamilton always got to get rid of it. Francis under pressure to Elshaw. Elshaw in trouble. A hand pass. Well played, Hamilton, to back up so well. Cordy has been in great form in recent weeks. Essard, the danger man. He's got it. Can he kick his fourth? He has a bounce. He gives it to Bomber Thompson. Mark Thompson into the open goal, and the Bombers reply. Good play, the Bombers.
Second quarter with Essendon kicking to the left of the screen. Swans going to the scoreboard end of the ground. HAWKE can't get it clear. Well smothered by Healy away from Hurd. And Brett Scott puts a long kick down towards the forward area. But it's Roger Merritt out in front of Kappa. Takes it, gives the hand pass across. Danaher puts the short pass in. And it's taken by Darryl Cunningham, who goes wide. Out on a lovely mark to Henwood. Henwood a hand pass on to Thrift. Thrift from second centre wing in towards half forward. Morwood, a magnificent mark.
It really was a good mark, that by Tony Morwood. Off he goes, not messing around. And a good pass and a good mark to move. 5 metres out from goal as he kicks this one. A low trajectory drop, punted, floats away. It has been moved on to Kappa. When Winton looked all at sea at fullback on Warwick Kappa. He brings it to half back. Ezard was the flyer. A good hand pass though to Neagle. He dodges around. He straightens up. Stabs a goal. Beautiful goal to the Sydney Swans.
Diggy Touchwood, Barry.
Oh, some pretty rugged stuff there, Bob, and I thought there was a lot as well as the one for Thripp, but very much like a rugby scum now with these this new rule.
Thripp puts the ball forward. Neagle takes the mark.
That was shocking team play by Francis, and whilst they stood and looked at each other and allowed Neagle to take it uncontested.
So he's kicking from 55 metres out. Lovely kick off the boot. Glorious kick from Neagle. His second goal.
What a kick by Neagle at that stage there. Another badly needed goal. Got to forget that it's Big Roger on him, I think.
Well, I tell you what, when they last met Essendon by 47 points at Essendon, of course, Swans were with them on that day for a fair while, but then the Bombers ran away. Now it's on half forward. There's Bays to HAWKE. Good football, Paul HAWKE. Oh, here's danger. Browning, 40 metres out. Mark Browning straightens up and slams it through. Great goal for his second.
Mark Browning second.
Thompson takes the ball away from the centre after Madden got it down. Terry Danaher across to Darryl Cunningham. Duckworth takes it. It's a lovely kick from Duckworth. Beautiful goal, Will Duckworth.
Back to the centre, and Madden not having it all his own way there. Browning taken away by Brett Scott. A high one. Nobby Clark. Oh, the Essendon players are not talking in defence. Stephen Wright, who nearly got run over, kicked away by Bays. That could be a mark to Kappa. Now, is it a mark? Now, I don't know whether it was touched off the boot. It wasn't, so it's a mark. Kappa coming in for goal number 3 from right in front. No doubt about that one. 3 goals and the Swans go further in front. Gets the ball when it hits the ground, and Hawthorn have proved that. Madden, there's Mitchell at the base of the pack, and once again Neagle over to Thripp, and Thripp sets it up for Kappa. Now Kappa and Merritt, oh, good play Merritt, might have been held then, but Steve Wright's got it into the open goal, and it's another one of the Swans, and then Swans work that to perfection. 10-5 to 6-2. This is a handy lead. Here they come again through Brett Scott. A wobbly kick to half forward. Oh, well smothered down there. Beautiful play, but here they come. Paul HAWKE, the Bays into the open goal. He steps in. It's another one to the Swans. exhibition of football by the Sydney team.
And like we said before the game, Merv Neagle certainly would be building himself up for
a wrestle going on the forward line. There it is, as we can see it now. There's Trevor Spencer's there, so too Rod Carter. I think Salmon might be there. No, Salmon's in the centre. So it might be Simon Madden who's come down there. Wayne Henwood and Trevor Spencer on camera at the moment.
I wouldn't want to tangle with Wayne Henwood with you, Bob.
Oh, not in the dark alley at night anyway.
the Moose.
He's terrific value, Wayne Henwood, for the Sydney Swans, and so's this bloke. He's fantastic, and he puts pressure on it and makes players a little bit frustrated because he plays so close and tight. Look at him. He should be picking up Madden there, giving away height and weight, and he'll play him, wear him like a glove. He'll put him under a lot of pressure.
Centre bounce, and Paul Salmon is in there for the Essendon side, competing against Michael Byrne. Madden down at full forward. Byrne against Salmon. Salmon wins the tap. Cordy's first on the scene. Taps the ball forward. Tripp after it for the Swans. Taps it on. Goes after it. Kicked off the ground. He gets good support from Tui. Tui hooks the ball over the shoulder. Bays is there. Comes to Mitchell. Mitchell hand passes. Kicked by Healy in mid-air. And unfortunately it went to the opposition, and it's a 15-metre penalty against Neagle as it's taken there by HAWKE. Winton back on the ground for the Bombers as HAWKE goes across, finds Clark, gives it out to Hamilton. Hamilton racing through the centre of the ground, goes long. Carter leads in the race with the ball, taps it on over the boundary line. Quite happy to see it.
And let's see where Merritt's gone to. Bob, have you picked him up? Back to centre forward, Roger Merritt. So they are really worried.
I could never understand them taking Merritt from centre half forward personally. I'd try Walsh at full back against Kappa before I would have moved McKee forward as the ball comes to Neagle. Neagle goes up to Kappa! Full play on, he snaps! Full points to Kappa, his fourth! Eddie talking to Kevin Morris as to what will they do. They're 6 goals, 3 down. Salmon wins the tap. Free kick should have gone against Clark. The hand pass, the loose one comes out. Tripp takes it, couldn't gain possession. He gets good support from Cordy across the right. Right dummies, the hand pass, gives it to Neagle. Neagle with one bounce. The hand pass over across. It comes to Scott. Scott steadies, goes towards goal. It's another.
Absolute champagne football for the Sydney Swans, and 2 goals to Brett.
The ruck, and as Bobby said, Brett Scott doing particularly well in the centre, and well, I think the Essendon small men have got to do a heck of a lot more. There's Chris Danaher on the ground, out to a lumbering Simon Madden, who's got it now in half forward, back to Keane. Keane in the pocket, kicks it high. Danaher should mark this. Will it go through? It might have been a goal. What a good goal by Gavin Keane, and that might be able to lift them a little bit, but the little men Barry have to do a heck of a
play between back pocket and half back flank. Hooks the ball in towards the centre. Henwood punches the ball away. Once again it's the Swans as HAWKE comes out with the ball. Hooks it over the shoulder. Up high and an excellent mark that time. As I thought HAWKE should have run straight at it, but it was Merv Neagle who took the mark.
That was the difference, Bob.
Neagle goes forward. A mark to the Swans. Barry Mitchell out in front, bleeding from the mouth, but I don't think it'll be worried.
Francis is coming on for Essendon. Barry Mitchell from right in front as he kicked another one he has, and the Swans killing. That one, HAWKE, cleverly Paul HAWKE straightens up, bang at goal and puts it through for a point. I thought that was a free kick to Kappa, and Kappa thought so too.
I can't afford to comment on situations like that because everybody says I'm biased if I say that. You have to call it as you see it, and I did agree with you. But we find HAWKE. Thought about the hand pass. Now he's called play on. HAWKE floats the ball in towards the centre. Scott tried to punch the ball away, and we find Essendon going forward through Keane. Keane puts the ball long, but there's no one home for the Bombers. There's a rocket rod. Carter's there, and Carter now 15-metre penalty. It's on again as Duckworth is behind play. Cool. There it is. Cool play on though, so we're back with play, and the Swans not taking any notice as Tripp gives it across to Byrne. Byrne over the top to Bays, back to Tripp. A goal coming up as Tripp puts it right through the They are an excellent team effort so far.
Well, 15-7 to 7-2 tells the story as Peter Francis under pressure all the time, and congratulations to the Swans, the pressure they're putting on. Bomber Thompson, half back, even he was under pressure there, on the right foot to half foot. Chris Danaher could have been paid that mark. He's got it. Good play by the young fella. Back to Salmon. Salmon, a hand pass to Walsh. Walsh will probably go wide. He does. Now they're a chance because Mark Thompson's got it. 60 metres out. Madden ducks back, beats Carter for this one, takes Victorian and Essendon ruckman Simon Madden, and he boots it through for a badly needed the Bombers, because after a brilliant 10-goal second quarter we see Byrne, who's done pretty well. He's battled hard against Madden. Centre of the ground, Terry Fripp, a very, very much improved player. Ezard's in after it. Centre wing, and it's a free kick for holding the man. Free kick to go to, in fact, to Alan Ezard.
So Ezard with the free kick, drives the ball towards centre half forward. Cordy in front, the ball punched away. Healy forces it forward, it's intercepted. Could have been a free kick for mine to Essendon, as we saw Clark manhandled, and it's taken by Thripp. Thripp puts the ball out there, it's a lovely pass, pushing the back against Johnston, and Barry Mitchell out in front to take the mark.
The use of the ball of the Sydney Swans is A1 today, as Barry Mitchell, he's been an excellent player, to Kappa, Winton. I don't think he'll enjoy it coming back onto Kappa. He was well beaten early. Morwood dives on the ball, and the umpire said, "Oh, that's a lucky free kick," but it is normally a very good kick for goal. Now he's chipping it short. That is magnificent.
Very playing extremely confidently at the moment, and makes no mistake with that. Straight through the middle. Another goal to Merv Neagle. He's had a great go.
Byrne wins the tap down. It's Elshaw who drives the ball forward. Bolton waited for it to come to him instead of going in, but it's Toohey who gets the ball across to Browning. And so Henwood and Merritt had a bit of a dip behind play. The ball comes down now towards Mitchell. A hand pass across to Holden. Holden puts the ball out in front of Kappa. Doesn't make Kappa, but it's a mark on the left of the Swans. And Clark not getting anywhere near it. Hawke goes goalward and brings up his...
All there, Pete. He just stood his ground, and Salmon just couldn't stand on his feet.
He's terrific, Bob, isn't he?
Rocket Rod
Carter.
He's been great. Short passes, and it's Toohey. The hand pass intercepted by the umpire, and it comes to Cunningham. Toohey coming in, dives after it. Bolton lends support. Hand passes over. Henwood takes it away. Good play by the Swans defence as Henwood hooks it wide. It's Hurd against Gerard Healy. Healy puts it forward, gathers it in well, one way then the other, gets past the tackle. Excellent football by Gerard Healy. Puts it up wide, bays up high. It's taken by Murphy. Murphy gives the hand pass across to Scott. Scott steadies. It'll be a free kick downfield. That's foolish.
Well, it looks tough, doesn't it, Barry?
Well, that's what we were talking about at half-time, wasn't it? Looks tough.
Kappa goes towards goal. Poor kick from Warwick Kappa. So 4 goals, 3 on the board to Warwick.
Now that was to Danaher, into the back of Hamilton. Did he pay it? No. Fripp, a chance for Bayes to redeem himself. Bang, and there's another one. Beautiful play to the around with the ball. Look, again they've got themselves into that situation where they've got to desperately get out of it. A short pass from her. Now they've messed it up, and they're mucking around with the ball. Fripp to Mitchell. Mitchell, a high floater. Who can take the mark? Paul Salmon's there. Oh, taken away brilliantly. Great play. Healy. Tremendous football, and he's put it through for a goal.
Healy is absolutely having a great game, despite the close attention from Shane.
Today, with the players they've got out of the side, I think all of us really thought Essendon would be in with a real chance and probably winners. I personally did before the game. The Swans, I think, are putting up one of their best performances of all time as Duckworth gets it out. Hamilton with a hand pass into the centre. Thompson takes it, gives a hand pass. A waste of time, that one. Only made a chance of things. Clark puts the ball out. Kicked off the ground by Carter. Carter, it's taken by Keane. Bolton's after him. Keane comes across the ground, and this time it's a mark. Goes goalward. It's a lovely looking kick. Might have got through without being touched. Full points to nil. Across to the centre. Walsh is there, couldn't take the mark. Toohey Scott taps the ball forward. Byrne, a lovely piece of shepherding, allows Scott to give the hand pass to Cordy. On now, and we find Holden putting the ball forward. It's punched away now from Healy, taken by Mitchell. Mitchell goes short across the ground. Warwood thought about going on, but then realised he was within kicking distance, and so steadied. And Tony Morwood goes short. Barry Mitchell will play on into the open goals, and this is poor football by Essendon. No defence whatsoever.
As Bob said there, shocking defence from the Essendon side. Sydney 2012 132 to Essendon 9-4.
So they've had big problems up forward right from the start of the game. There's Carter bringing it towards half back. In fact, they've had problems all over the ground, particularly forward line. HAWKE. Oh, gee, nothing's going right for him now. There's Paul Salmon. Drops it. HAWKE in after it. Back it comes to Merritt. He's had a quiet day, Roger Merritt. He's got a few mates, though. It's knocked away back towards Merritt or Spencer. It was Spencer, in fact. Knocked away again. That's Swans' defence.
Two players up the ground. He finds Tripp. Tripp balks back. Straightens up, gets past the tackle. Would have got a trip anyway, but hand passes over to Browning. He's got time for one bounce. Now he steadies. He'll go long up towards the square. Capper in front. Can't take the mark. Healy towards goal. It's another.
3 goals to Gerald Healy, and he's had a top game here today, but just the way the Swans move that ball down the...
Back to the centre, 21-12 to 9-5. Essendon should make the aggression on the ball. Here's another one coming up.
Goal.
Bayes straightens up Mark Bayes. What a beautiful kick. What a great goal. Kicked by Mark Bayes, and that's his third.
There's certainly no stopping.
He straightens up, kick smothered, but it comes to the Swans in Holden. Holden puts it wide. HAWKE gets a favourable bounce, trapped it beautifully. Not a good looking kick, and it goes straight to Terry Danaher. Danaher's kicked back into the centre. An awkward bounce that time for HAWKE. Favours Holden, taps the ball on. Picked up by Wright. Wright tapped on by HAWKE. HAWKE takes it across to Mitchell, across the ground. Healy couldn't quite take the mark. Winton and Danaher, and not Danaher, it was Capper. Picked up though now by Healy. Healy has the ball taken away, but he gets good support by Tripp. Tripp gets past the tackle, goes in towards goal. Beautiful play, Terry Tripp. Goes after it again, couldn't quite gain possession. The hand cast comes from Spencer. Hamilton was under pressure, but he gets a free kick, and so Paul Hamilton will come out with the free kick. Hamilton now goes for the short pass. Browning taps the ball away. Nice blind turn. The hand pass came from HAWKE across to Walsh. Breaks the first tackle. Puts it out wide to Nobby Clark, who goes goalward. A nice looking kick, and the Bombers bring up a goal. 2 goals to Neil Clark.
Well, a belated goal. Look at the score, 10-5 to 23.
51 to 65 in favour of the Sydney Swans. Madden against Byrne. Byrne has rucked right throughout the day. Essendon have used a number of players as Healy thumps it forward, but Byrne caught one too high, and so he'll take the free kick.
Simon Madden ran straight at Michael Byrne, then didn't even look at the ball and just gave him one in the mush.
Been a courageous effort by Byrne. He's been bleeding from the start of the game almost, and so Michael Byrne puts the ball out wide. Henwood is led down from half-back. Now this is Essendon at its worst. Now Wayne Henwood is centre half-back. Roger Merritt decided that he'd be the man on the mark, and Byrne's not too good back behind play. And with Merritt on the mark, Henwood took the bet and went down the ground. Kick dropping short. Couldn't be taken there by Mitchell. The hand pass comes out. Stevie Wright tried to give it across to Neagle. Taken there, and hand pass a blind one there by Clark. Flip lost it. Taken by HAWKE from Scott. Scott loses it. The loose ball comes out. Tackled against, too high against the Swans. Should have been Bayes doing the ruck work. No clear tap from Madden. Spencer looking for the free kick. Swooping on it, Mitchell. Gives the ball out now to Healy. Healy drives the ball long. In front is Capper. Punched away though by...
Actually has kicked 2 goals of those 4 on Winton, so full marks to Brian Winton for fighting back, particularly as they've been under a lot of pressure now. Here's Merv Neagle against his former club, hooking it back now. Neagle's been an excellent player today, as usual. He's kicked 3 goals, 3, Merv Neagle. And there he is, a real goer, Merv, and a real colourful player too. One of the great characters in league football. Towards half-back it comes. That's a big mark, and they haven't taken too many of them today, the Bombers. That was Trevor Spencer over the top of the pack. Spencer. They've tried many players in the ruck today, the Bombers, and it hasn't worked out. Now here's Izzard as he kicks it wide. Chris Danaher. Slow to move then, Chris, but he finally gets there. Brother of Terry. Oh, beautiful tackle, Cordy. It allows Browning to come through, dodge around, onto the left foot goes Browning and proceeds to put it out of bounds on the full. Or was that smothered? There's a bit of a fight going on, close to the line. And, well, I'm sure the umpires have. Look at the umpire, Shane McDonald, heading for his notebook there. And I don't think he's reported anyone, has he? Let's see.
I think it's going to be a free kick to Essendon.
Bolton, he's taken Bolton's number now. If it goes Essendon's way, that is a silly report by David Bolton at this stage of the game. Now let's see what happens. Bolton, oh. Well, you can see why he got upset. And it's going...
well, I think if there is a report, it's for Bolton actually pushed the player into the fence. And that's why I think it's a report. So it's Roger Merritt who got pushed into the fence. And, well...
Poor old Roger. I think it hurt the fence more than it hurt Roger.
You said that a bit cynically then.
Well, what I mean is I think Roger's able to dish it out this time, isn't he?
I don't think Roger will complain.
No, he's fantastic. He has a go.
Roger Merritt, much to the hoots of the crowd, goes short, and a well-placed pass goes straight into the hands of Trevor Spencer. Now, Spencer will be kicking from a 50-metre line. Hasn't had a big impact on today's game. You can see the stats for yourself. 152 to 65 the score as Trevor Spencer puts a high kick in the air. It's offline, and is it over the boundary line? No, it's through for 1 point. 1 point to the Bombers. It's 10-6, their first score in this quarter. 4.5 minutes have gone, and the Swans with a point as well, so we still have the 86-point margin between the sides. Kick dropping short, an awkward bounce for Quirk. Browning gets a favourable bounce, goes now down towards the half-forward line, the ball floating out in front. We find Mitchell losing possession. Johnston taps the ball over the boundary.
Very, very impressive performance. This Madden has battled hard in the ruck without the support of the little fellas, and well, I think the Bombers, until they do something around the packs, handballs, well, not a lot in that, but I'd say definitely, Barry, that the Sydney Swans handballs have been far more effective.
Oh, I've used them much better, Pete, in general play.
There's Healy. To Mitchell. Was it in the back? No, said the umpire. Hamilton's in there after it. To Johnston. Back to, oh, gee, this player's improved. Terry Fripp, a greatly improved player. He's already kicked two. Too far out to score a goal, I would think. Madden's gone back to the goal square on to help Whitten out against Kappa. Now, going to go for the high one. Oh, it's not a bad-looking drop punt. It made the distance all right. A beautiful kick. It went through by 10 metres, but unfortunately just offline. 23-15, plays 10-6, and this is an absolute hiding. Winton from the back pocket as he played on. Oh, it's an ordinary kick as it goes straight. Brett Scott cops it too high. It'll be a free kick to Scott. Off he goes. And the racehorse David Bolton runs to the 50-metre line. Tony Morwood will mark this. Oh, no, his teammate came in over the back. Is it Paul HAWKE? Let's see. Morwood would have marked it. HAWKE came in over the back, took it straight out of his hands, and this will be another one of the Swans. Paul HAWKE has been an outstanding player today. 1 goal he's kicked. They raffled that one right in front. Bang! And it's another one. His second, and the Swans are killing it.
We made no mistake there, but that was started off there further up the ground by Brett Scott, who committed himself to the ball, and that really has been the tone of the whole game for the Sydney Swans. Players committed at the ball, and certainly Brett Scott today has made the most of his opportunities as we see Paul HAWKE win the raffle there and kick an easy goal.
I agree with you, Barry. I think Brett Scott has had the opportunity coming in with Williams and being out and really made the most of it. Madden against Byrne. The bounce favours Byrne. Forces the ball forward, couldn't get it clear. Madden likewise kicked off the ground by Scott once again, but the diving mark this time taken by Terry Danaher.
Danaher has been up and down the only in the key positions, hasn't played in the centre of the ground, but he's been just about everywhere else, although he mightn't have played a full back. But there's Gavin KEANE. Oh, gee, taken away beautifully by the Swans. That's a 50-metre punch away by Henwood, and it allows two Sydney Swans players to raffle it. Steve Wright, beautiful. Oh, gee, just running underneath it was HAWKE. Taken away by Hurd, but straight into the hands of Mitchell. Mitchell punches it away. The Essendon players took their eyes off that one. Neagle gets it back to Toohey, and Toohey from 50 metres. Capper at the back. Punched away by Winton and forces it through for a behind of the Sydney.
First to it is Thrip. Well tackled, but got the hand pass in nonetheless. Duckworth kicks it off the ground. Browning stood his ground well and got the free kick. And so good play, Mark Browning. An excellent piece of football there. On replay, you saw why he got the free kick. Now the long kick from Browning at the back. Judged it to perfection, was the only
ability.
You can't call the kick that. Because he's off
lack of ability. No, but that was, I reckon he knew Browning kicked one of those long, low floaters, and he just ducked over the back.
That was the word, Pete. It was a floater.
Well, there's the kick from Winton, who stuck to his task well. Capper looked very dangerous early. Healy, a very skillful player. So is Mitchell. Spencer should have gone for the ball instead of trying to unload his opposition. Beautiful hand pass, HAWKE. Healy will run in from 40 metres out. Oh, what a kick. Beautiful goal. Gerard Healy's kick.
That was Gerard Healy. You saw there the number 3. He's had Shane Hurd tagging him, but he's, well, just disposed of the tag. He's kicked 4 goals himself and been a superb player. Merritt's kick smothered. Scott gets the short kick in. Well trapped by Byrne. A lovely hand pass to Mitchell. Likewise across to Bolton. Bolton goes goalward. I don't think it was touched. A lovely goal.
I think he's got them absolutely super fit this side, and they can really run on. As we see, Browning's had a good day as he hooks that back, and Capper uncontested. That is unbelievable, isn't it? Well, there's Capper.
You wouldn't call it a punch, would you?
Well, you know what I mean. He contacted his head, so it should have been 15. There's Warwick, goal number 5. Gone. He tried to con the umpire, and it was almost a knockout blow. Well, here's Brett Scott. Let's see where Capper is. He should mark this. He ducks back. Winton was there. Hurd backs up beautifully. Oh, danger though. Terry Danaher under pressure, heads for the line.
Barry, I reckon Scott's performance in the centre has been magnificent.
We often say about the lack of depth in the Swans side, but certainly over the past 3 or 4 weeks you can't put that at them because they have covered all positions extremely well.
Mitchell takes the ball from Bayes, goes forward. That's a lovely goal of Barry Mitchell, his 3rd.
There's absolutely no stopping the Swans now. Everything they touch turns.
And it's only 14 and a half minutes gone. They're on 28 goals, 17, and here they come again through Brett Scott. Tony Morwood. Oh, 2 Essendon players spoiled Lux a fortune. Ezard was there to take it away from half-back. Beautiful pass. Find Darryl Cunningham to Billy Duckworth. Oh, he nearly caught Billy. Off he goes on the left foot, a high flyer. Look at that for poor forward play. Have a look at that. Well, maybe it was a crook kick, but there was no one near the goals for 50 metres. Hand pass to Rocket Rod Carter. He'll head for the line. A very experienced player. Watch this go to the boundary line. No, he tried to. Merritt was there. Grabs it. Centres it. Oh, Henwood says thank you very much. This is easy as you like. As he gets it to half-back, and Bernard Toohey has got time to duck around. Hand pass to Paul HAWKE. He'll probably give it to Browning. He does. Browning had an option of 2. Mitchell to Bolton, who's got it. Oh, clever play to Brett Scott. Where's Capper? Capper ducks, weaves. Oh, dropped it at the last moment. Bad luck, Warwick Capper. Beautiful hand pass to Stevie Wright by Capper. And it's another one. This is magnificent football.
Barry, that was magnificent by Capper then.
Fantastic, Bob. It's just what we've been talking about most of the season as we see on replay. The ball coming. Capper nearly took the... Oh, look, it was nearly a mark anyway, but just look at him go after this ball. Gathers it in, and then spins around, knocks it out to Stevie Wright. That was just absolutely fantastic.
That is one of the best pieces of team football I've ever seen from a
Look
forward.
at this on replay. I mean, that nearly was a mark.
Great stuff by Capper. In fact, I was all set to call it a mark. I really thought he had it, and it's only when he hit the ground. But look at the follow-up play to Wright. And I tell you what, down the other end of the ground, they've got nothing up forward, Essendon.
Tripp taps the ball on. An awkward bounce that time for Barry Mitchell. Taken by Keane, hooks it over the shoulder, over the top it comes, tapped on that time by Thompson, picked up by Cunningham, well smothered off the boot. Quirk forces the ball forward, in comes Henwood, picked up by Hurd. Hurd runs straight into trouble, loses it completely and is penalised. So we find the Swans through the agency of Paul Hawke to take the free kick.
I'm wondering how I picked Essendon, Bobby. I just can't believe why I picked them.
Well, we thought they were better. Our director just said you're not an expert.
I know. Oh, he did never pick. You and I and Barry picked Swans, didn't he? But he's a bit one-eyed.
Of course I did.
He lives up here, as we see Cordy towards half. But they can't take a mark, the Bombers. But I'll tell you what, this has been a magnificent performance. The best I've seen in years by the Swans, and they've put in some pretty good ones.
Johnston gives the hand pass to Clark. Smothered almost, picked up by Hawker. That's a great attempt to stop Hawker. Hawker in towards the centre. It's all Essendon. They almost run into each other. And we find the ball coming out that time from Chris Danaher. Comes out, finishes up with Keane. Keane now swings the ball wide. It's all Swans though. And Quirk would have taken the mark. Free kick, whatever you like. Henwood takes it. Scott puts the ball over the top to Mitchell. Mitchell does as he likes, out to Morwood. Moore will run into the open goal. Down it goes. Goal number 30 on the ball.
Well, what a sensational performance. This is Gerard Healy. He's got his ankle heavily taped on the outside of the boot. He's coming. Oh, here they come again, though, as Healy comes off. Here we see Paul Hawke up towards the half-forward line, punched away by Billy Duckworth. He'll try his heart out to the finish. Out to Elshaw. The little men, very, very disappointing. To Shane Hurd. I wonder, Essendon came up yesterday to prepare for this game, and prepare what I reckon they would have come. Doesn't help them much when they come up early. They ought to come up the same day like Hawthorn do. There it is, centre wing. Ball forced wide, but it's got to come back. It's a free kick to Alan Ezard, halfway between centre wing and half-forward flank. A magnificent performance this, a 20-goal lead at the moment, or more in fact, up towards full.
Kicked 7 goals for. It was 2 points at quarter time, 48 points at half time, 86 points at three-quarter time.
Simon Madden, a beautiful looking drop punt, and that gained some face by putting it through for a goal. An outstanding performance by all the Swans players, and certainly started here in the middle. Michael Byrne battled hard. Spencer knocks it away over the back. Cordy, how the Footscray let this guy go? Well, it's still got me beaten. He's hard. Handball wide, a big chance here for Daryl Cunningham, but he's attacked by 3 Swans players. That was fantastic. Play on, said the umpire. Let's watch Browning come down the ground. Centre wing, he'll go for the big bomb, looking for Kappa. Kappa flies, guy knocks it away. A chance now for the Swans. In the forward pocket it goes. It comes loose. Hamilton dives on the ball, made no attempt to get it out. Play on, said the umpires. It comes back to Stevie Wright. He's got it too. Oh, clever players. He hooks it back to Brett Scott, and this bloke is a big... Here's the kick from Brett Scott. It's a high floater, a magnificent booming kick, and it's a goal to the little centre man.
That's the Swans' highest score in league football. Last week was the highest score prior to this. Before last week it was 30 goals, 19. Then last week they surpassed that with over 30 goals. I think it was 30-21 from memory. And now it's 31-17, 203.
Bob's not very happy about that, Pete. Do you notice the smile on his face? Bob's not very happy about that record score.
To 72. Byrne kicks the ball off the ground. Danaher couldn't take it. It was tapped down to right, across to Holden. Good play by Bay. Kappa!
As Kevin Sheedy, I'd be disgusted. There's Kappa, goal number 6. Yeah. He's copped a couple of very heavy whacks off the ground. Tui has been a tremendous player. A real go. Oh, have a look at that. sheer desperation then. Bays in front, over the back of Danaher. Oh, it's taken by Holden, sets it up for Kappa. Kappa in front, over the back, Mitchell. Barry Mitchell picks it up and he's offline, and through it goes for one behind, but this is champagne football.
Certainly is, Pete, and the Sydney crowd loving every second of it.
So's our co-commentator here, Bobby Skilton, with a big grin on the face.
I'm unbiased, you know that. I'm a commentator. Thripp takes another lovely mark. Been an excellent player today. Thought about giving it short to Stevie Wright. Now elects to go for the long kick. Puts it high. And a good mark taken in the last line of defence by Hamilton. He's tried his heart out, Paul Hamilton. Oh, bad mistake. It comes back to Hamilton though. Good recovery by Hamilton. The short one by Elshaw. Across to Terry Danaher. Time for Terry Danaher to steady and drive it long up towards centre wing, but Henwood at the back, just doing as he likes.
He's made an enormous difference, Barry, to this Swan side, hasn't he?
He's a most improved footballer, Pete, and everybody in Perth last week couldn't believe how much this guy's improved, and he certainly has done a lot to strengthen up that Swans half-back line.
A lovely kick from Henwood towards centre half forward. Bays from behind, second grab, couldn't quite take it. Scott's there, taps the ball out now to Wright. Nice piece of shepherding, allows Wright to run into the open goal. It's another to Stevie Wright.
Well, this has been another 10-goal quarter, this by the Swans. That's the last two quarters have resulted in 20 goals. Look at that. There was a passage there, said, please come through. And through he came too, but they're playing on enormous confidence, the Swans. Stevie Wright, that was kicks and two handballs. And is that another one? No, he's offline.
Back to the back.
Out of the ground. A bit of fancy work. The Bolton was from Byrne. Then Tony Morwood, the will-o'-the-wisp. Tony Morwood, plenty of time to duck around. Oh, bad kick. It was smothered off the boot to Elshaw. Elshaw going for the long kick. There's Henwood. Could have been interfered with there. The umpire said no. Oh, well played, Neil Cordy. Good play. Izzard caught. Hand pass wide. Merritt has had a quiet day. Chips it to Hurd. Couldn't get there. Let's see what Rocket the Carter does here. He'll put the pressure on. Now that was out in the full. Yes, and the boundary umpire was right. It came off Carter's boot.
Bad luck, but nonetheless it was right.
Over to Keane. Now that's a mark. That's 15 metres. That
no way.
Says the umpire. Well, maybe you're right. He pushed him over, but Ian Robinson said nothing serious. Gavin Marbles Keane, that's his nickname. Marbles, 17 kicks and 9 handballs, so he's had plenty of possessions. There's the kick from Gavin Keane, and it floats. 1 point. What's that look say, Barry?
I'm disgusted.
Is there any up there? Anyone? Yes, it could mean anyone up there to help him. He was looking towards the heavens. Well, it's been a sensational performance. What a good kick by Carter to Quirk. Keane chips in. Has battled hard, Gavin Keane, but oh, here comes Paul Hawke. The running players have been fantastic. Hand pass to Scott. This will be a goal, no doubt. As Scott off balance though, offline and misses. 1 point. And the Sydney Swans fans, they want more.
You can't blame them for that.
Well, you could. I think they've had enough, Bob.
Trevor Spencer comes straight up the ground. Terry Danaher takes the mark. And Danaher, a bit of pressure. Browning comes across to take the mark. And he's another player who's made the most of an opportunity today. 2 goals from the half-back flank and have been a very solid player. The long kick from Browning. Right comes across in front of Madden. Now, well, what more can they do? Simon Madden, I think, thought he had that one as we see Wright come across and take a lovely mark.
But how about the commitment of these guys? I mean, it just is great to watch.
Stevie Wright puts it through the centre for his 4th goal. 8 goals last week, 4 goals this week. Not a bad return, Barry.
Fantastic return, Bob. And again on replay, Simon Madden never was really going to take that mark, or really didn't want the ball hard enough for mine, and Stevie Wright just wanted it and went straight past him.
I'd like to know what the league record is. The highest score ever. Bob, have you got any idea? The Well, I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but the highest score ever would be very, very interesting. They'd have to be horribly close, I think. Well, here they come again. They're going to give it a shake, whatever it is, as we see Kappa flying. He couldn't take it. Whitten was there, still battling away. Brian Whitten kicks it wide as Bobby Skilton heads for the record books. If we've got time, we'll find it.
36-22 by Fitzroy.
Well, 36-22. Oh, gee, they're only 2 goals, 2 off it. They might run out of. Oh, they against Melbourne. Fitzroy hold the record. They're 14 points behind that, the Sydney Swans. I don't think they'll make it because we're almost at the 30-minute mark of the final quarter.
Mark Browning looks wide. Stevie Wright. Nobody within 55 metres. Hand passes across to Hawke. Hawke steadies back to Stevie Wright. A long kick from Wright. Dropping short. Winton got an awkward bounce. Did well to tap the ball forward, but is that the right again? Goes towards goal. Stevie Wright brings up his fifth and it's 35-20.
Really, what a great goal from Stevie Wright. He was so tired after his first kick there, but he kept going and collected the ball again. A great Rovers job, as we see on replay again. Hawke out to Stevie Wright, runs through the lines. Not a great kick from Stevie Wright, the first one, but just a great lesson to would-be Rovers to keep running at the ball. And look at that collected goal.
Well, this is the highest score since 1979 in VFL football, and I'm delighted too, Bob, because I've been able to hear that Sydney Swans song 35 times today. It's made my day as we see centre of the ground. They're still trying to get it. What are they now? 8 points off the all-time record score. And we're at the 31-minute mark. I doubt whether they can do it. They must be very close to the siren. Look at that. A 45-metre punch away by Henwood. They might get another goal here. Now, is that in the back? No, said the umpire. Hand pass coming wide. Fantastic performance. The Swans have not let up at any stage. KEANE ducks back into the fray. Kicks it to half-back. Chris Danaher has been a very quiet player. So is Tony Elshaw. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it to Morwood. And the umpire said, holding the ball, I wonder what Tony Morwood was doing. Then he thought he could have got in the hand pass. Short pass to Hawker. He's caught with the ball. Oh, they might get that record yet. Steve Wright. Tony Morwood. Can he kick it? No one coming at him. From 50 metres out, he stabs a goal. It floats. It's another one. 2 points to go to the all-time league record.
Really, that goal just epitomises the day that Essendon have had. Tony Elshaw running through the centre of the ground, took a bounce to the ball, bounced back behind him, 3 Swans players swooped on it, and Tony Morwood had a week in which to kick that goal.
Tony Morwood, 2 goals to his credit, has been an excellent player today. So have all of the Swans. Can they get another goal? They need 2 points. I think they've got time for 3 scores, so it'll be a case of a goal as Scott kicks the ball off the ground. Wright coming across, Thrips there. Johnson loses it, it's taken by Thrips. Thrips snaps up high. Kappa's down there. Should be left for Kappa. He can't take the mark. It's tapped over the boundary line. And so a throw-in to take place. Throw-in in the forward pocket. 33 minutes have gone. Must be very close, but let's not forget the Swans have kicked 13 goals in this quarter as Madden thumps the ball wide. So there'll be a bit siren sounds. They don't quite get the record, but what a fantastic performance by the Swans. 36-20, 236 points to Essendon, 11-7, 70.
Again, the fist came